What's up, y'all? Yeah, this is not looking real strong for me. It's not looking real good for me at all. What happened? I don't even. It's not important. It's not important. But I'm back. And I think we got a. Oh, Jace is in here. Yo, Jace, have you worked with Dollhouse? Dollhouse, can you send me a request? Because I know that y'all are both in Miami right now, so that would be fantastic if I could work together for sure. I'm so sorry. Wait, I think I can. Dollhouse. No, no, I can't. Can you send me a request? Sparkle. For some reason, it's not letting me. Yeah, I'm looking. I can't find it. Or like, can I send her a request? Do y'all know? Maybe I'm just like I don't know how to use social media. I clicked on it. It doesn't show your name. The struggle is super real right now. I'm trying to add her in. I don't see. Oh, here we go. Yo, Sparkle. This is
Okay.
this is the most this is the most strugglingest. If I can if I can use that as a word, this is the most strugglingest
You just made
chat
it.
I've ever had.
They don't want us to be great.
They
You
don't
know.
want us to win. I
Oh,
I literally I literally cannot save any of this. I can't save any of it.
did he call again?
No, no, no. That time my phone died, so now it's on a charger. But like, you know what's so good though, Sparkle, is that like we still have so much to talk about though.
Hmm.
Like we're not even nowhere near done.
No,
We have so much to talk about though.
I don't even think we
But
scratched the surface.
what I want to do, just so I don't have you on all night, let's just answer questions
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, I'm down with
Let's
that.
let's just, let's just ask questions because you are the owner, the founder, the everything for Dollhouse Management, mother agency. As a matter of fact, can you explain what the difference between a mother agency is from another type of agency?
Okay. So, for those of you that don't know, I'm a mother agent, and what that is, we are basically a scout that is in charge of your development. We, set you up with photo shoots, we build up your portfolio, and then we use our connections within the industry to actually get you seen by the individuals that matter. So sometimes when you go into an open call, I don't know if you all know this, but you're not even meeting the team. You might just be seen by the intern or the assistant, and they may take your portfolio back and pass it around real quick, and they'll be like, no, and then the assistant will come back out and say, okay, no, but it's my job to bypass the intern, the assistant, and get you in front of the actual team, the director of the agency, using my connections and just the individuals that I know personally to put you in, I guess, ahead of the curve.
Can you
Um,
explain that? Can you explain that? So you're saying that your job specifically is to bypass
yep.
certain
Tape, certain yellow,
levels.
yeah, certain levels,
So
yeah.
how would you go about doing that?
So at the agency that I started off with, I was a booker. So I was a booker. I would book the people on the jobs, the models on their jobs. So that allowed me to make connections with different agencies. I did placement for the first agency that I worked with as well. So people know me just in general from my days being a booker. So I still have those connections. Like we hang out. Like I've gone to New York and just hung out with some of these bookers from other agencies. I have good relationships. Like I can call them on a cell and we'll have a text message. Some of us are in group chats together, and I can just easily say,
So
"Hey,
do you feel like you have leeway where you like, yo, this girl,
I do.
I really feel like y'all needed her. Like, just trust me." and then they will listen to you a little
They
bit.
will instantly say, "Hey," like for example, some agencies right now in Miami are not seeing anybody. But if I make a phone call and I say, "Hey, I have a girl I want you to see," they're like, "Okay, when can she come by?"
Well,
Simple.
Wilhelmina, Miami is definitely going kind of heavy with theirs right now. But Wilhelmina is Wilhelmina though.
Yeah,
But there's like a whole bunch of other agencies in Miami.
yeah.
That,
I mean,
yeah.
we'll talk about them a little later.
Sure. All right, yeah. We'll talk.
Yeah, so I mean, most people are doing Zoom calls, but if I have
Elite too.
a local girl, they'll be like, "Sure, I want to meet her. I want to meet her," and the team will make an exception and meet a girl from me, or even if they're not meeting them in
But
person.
you have a little bit of leverage though. You have a little bit of
A little. I will say just
some.
I don't want to, toot my own horn, but I do have a little leverage. Toot toot, hey beep beep. There you go. So, in addition to that, it's also my job to do placement for the talent, not just one agency in one market. I do, try to have the models branch out to London or Milan, where they have more exposure to different clientele, different photographers, and then also larger contract negotiations as well. For example, an industry standard contract is 3 years. I'm able to kind of
Is it 3?
It's 3 years. I'm able to knock it down.
I see a lot of 2.
That's based off negotiation. Literally, it's 3 years. So it's been 3 years. If they really like a girl, they'll make an exception.
I've also seen 5, where I now know that's not a good deal.
That's illegal.
When I first started, the first model who I ever got signed to an agency, it was a 5-year deal, and I now know not a good idea.
No. There was a contract that I saw recently, and the agreement said, "Oh, we represent the model for the entire universe." I was like, "What?"
Right. I've seen that too. And I'm like, first of all, what do you mean? What do you mean universe? Are you Iron Man?
Yeah.
Like, are you Doctor Strange? Like, is there something that you know that I don't know? Like, what's going on here?
I didn't have a girl. They offered her 3 years. I wasn't comfortable with that. Neither was she. And it's a year.
Was she a new face? Was she a new face?
What, my new face?
No. So the girl who you said you had somebody that had an offer for 3 years.
Yeah, I got it down to 1.
But was she a new face though?
Yes and no. She was new enough, but she was great enough. So they were like, okay.
But you knew her value.
Yeah, and they did too. So they were fine with it. They're like,
that's a good mother agent.
Yeah. So they knew it too, and they're like, sure, we're gonna definitely keep her happy. Whatever you want.
Cool. But also though, like the underlying is, what does the money look like
for the girl?
And if you're operating on your own as a model, you learn what all these kind of, it's not extracurricular, but like have some idea of like how to operate on your own if you're deciding to operate on your own.
Yeah.
There's so many different things that you need to understand about deals that are being made.
Mm-hmm.
And like somebody might offer you like big money right now, but if it's over 5 years or 4 years or 3 years, like you need to know like what does that consist of? Like what are you able to do on your own, and or like are they controlling literally everything that you do?
Exactly. That's why.
You know what I
I
mean?
to read.
So for like a lot of influencers,
Mm-hmm.
they will just sign themselves into deals.
Sign their
Like,
away.
no, you didn't need to do that.
Yep, sign their entire life away.
Yeah.
And I try to make sure whatever, like if it's something big, I try to make sure, for example, if it's a beauty job, right? One of the models, she's a beauty girl. She books a lot of like beauty campaigns. And I have to make sure that those deals are non-exclusive, just in case the big
They
one
have to
comes.
be.
In case the big one comes, which the big one finally came for one of our girls. So excited. I can't tell you who. But I can tell
A
you what they
Maybelline or
did.
Revlon, it was one of those types of jobs.
Maybelline. Hey,
You're saying it?
it's done. It's just shot.
All right. Listen. I was just taking kind of a wild guess, but
Well, you
like, I've been doing this long enough where I can kind of know it's a major beauty campaign. There's
yeah.
only so many.
Yeah.
So, but okay. So if you're willing to go ahead and say that, then all right.
Yeah, it happened for that company. I'm not gonna tell you all who it is, and there's another one that's happening right now for something else. I mean, 2020 is not over, you guys. Don't
You're so excited. You're so excited for her.
you have no idea.
That's the most important thing, because so my thing is that like I can do a live chat with whoever I go live with,
mm-hmm.
but like for them to be able to see for these 30 people, but like I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save this one. Hopefully I can save this one. Lord willing, I can save this one.
I feel like I should self-record it for you.
But like y'all know that like I go out of my way to make sure that I work with people who actually have something really working. But like y'all can see it like on her face where she's like, "Yo, listen, I got a girl right now. She got a job. It's crazy." And then I just randomly guessed it, and she was like, "Yeah, let's go."
I mean, what was she called me and she was excited. She's like, "I did it," and I was like, "Oh my god, I know you did it!" And I didn't believe her, but I did. Yes and no. And then I was like, "Oh my god!" We were both screaming on the phone.
Now also, you do cut a check from that job.
I do.
So let's not play like. You know what I mean? Just so it's clear. She cut a check. But I feel like you might not have even known if she was going to book that job or not, or like how it was going to go. But what you did was you said, I believe enough in you. I'm going to submit you to this, that, and the third. And then however it happens is however it happens. But however it happened came back a Maybelline job. Yeah. And he was like.
I don't even want to say that because you
can't know how it's gonna happen. But you believe in a girl, you believe in a model, you believe in a talent, and you put whatever resources you feel like you have available to you. You put those resources available. Yeah. And then however it pops off is however it pops off.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And then so I asked her. I said, "Oh my god, you finally did it!" And I said, "Did you tell your parents?" And she was like, "No, I called you first." And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she was like your mama bear. And I was like, oh, awesome. Right? That's like I said, I love what I do. I'm very genuine and transparent and honest about all of
Oh,
it.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
For sure.
that's
My followers know. My followers know now at this point. Like, I can literally cuss. I can cuss on my on my lives, or I can cuss on my stories, and like they know that like I'm cussing for a specific reason. Or I'll be like, yo, this is fucking stupid. Don't ever do this. No, none of y'all ever do this shit. This is ridiculous. But like it's for a reason though. Like it's garnered like more towards something that is like I feel very strongly about this. If y'all follow me, do not do this thing, or like don't engage in this in these activities or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But like I think my followers know that like my level of unprofessionalism
Mhm.
is my greatest level of professionalism, which is telling them do not fucking do that.
Yeah, I get
You
you.
know what I mean?
I feel you. All
Yeah.
because sometimes you can't say it in the
Yeah.
professional way because they have to understand.
Because like it comes across a different way. It comes across a different way where it's like don't fucking do that. I'm telling you, I'm with everything I have, do not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I get so many. I got two things today that I don't know if you want to talk about, but I got two messages today. Two messages today from different random photographers or whatever, or different posts, where there are photographers in New York who are trying to convince models, girls, to do things on camera that an actual photographer would not actually ask you to.
Oh no, I've heard of that.
But I got two messages today.
Mm-hmm.
Two messages today, because I think people now know that like, hey, I'm gonna send this to all models worldwide so they can tell us if it's real or not.
Yeah, I get you.
I've gone out of my way to make sure that I'm like, yo, listen, if you feel like it's some weird shit going on, send it to me. I will find out.
I get you.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I got two messages today from one dude who apparently he's been using this like random girl's pictures and saying like, oh yeah, she did these pictures for me, but she didn't do those pictures for him. But he's been using those images, trying to convince girls to like masturbate in front of him so they can get a good image, or like so she can show the right facial, like whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not a real thing.
Nope, not at all.
No real photographer, whatever. But like a lot of girls don't know that.
Yeah.
And there's no resource that they have for them to find that out.
Yeah, some people will do anything because they feel like that's how they are going to get into the industry and go through that door, and that's just not the case. You know,
but because they know all girls want to be models. Now, granted, all girls don't want to be models, but that's how they operate.
Yep.
They feel as though I'm a photographer. I can convince any good-looking girl you should be a model because I have a big camera.
Guess who it was?
You know what I mean?
Send it in the DM, James. Let us know who you think it is, because I'm curious.
Oh, I know. I know who it is. I know who it is.
James wants to guess. I feel like he might get it.
Probably. But I'm going to post about it tomorrow. I just didn't want to post about it like right now because I want to really talk to Sparkle. But I'm gonna post this motherfucker's name, his first and last name. Like I'm gonna post the whole thing. Like don't think
Go here. to this.
Don't think for a
Yep.
second. I'm not gonna post about this whole dude. But I'm just saying right now, like as we're talking, like because you actually manage like a lot of girls, but like a lot of girls want to be in an agency and they want to build their portfolios and they don't really know where to even start. They don't know who they should be trusting. They don't know what kind of images they should have. But you have a random dude with a camera, and then they'll say anything.
Yeah, there was a guy going around down here actually, a rich guy, and he would prey on the models like at parties and stuff. And then unfortunately, we found out this is a while ago, and the models were so embarrassed that they didn't tell us. They didn't tell their agency. I've heard this through the agent at the agency that the models were so embarrassed, and they didn't tell them that the situation happened until a year later. The guy drugged them and then raped them. Like they didn't say anything until a year later, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, well, who's the guy? And
But
so
a lot of times
yeah,
they feel like if I don't do this, then I won't ever get into the industry.
yep.
Right?
And that's you'll get it. There are more than one avenue to get into this business. Like, don't sit up there and think that you have to do something that you know you're not comfortable with. You know, I tell the girls instantly, like one of the girls, she was on a shoot and she said, hey, I don't really feel comfortable shooting, nudity, but he's getting really like pushy. And I was like, oh, okay. Give me the
Well,
phone.
then stop.
Give me the phone. So
Either
that
stop or let me talk to him.
I'll be the bad guy,
Yeah.
That way he
Yeah.
doesn't sit up there and tarnish your name. No, I'll be the bad guy.
Yeah.
So I got on the phone. I said, hey, so what are you shooting with her? Are we doing the lifestyle? Are we doing the bikini? What are we doing?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I got you what you wanted. We're gonna move on. We're gonna do like full on nudity. And I was like, well, honestly, I don't really think that that's required.
Yeah, we didn't
her
agree to that to begin with.
And he was like, oh, well, she seemed like she was down with it. I'm like, no, she's down. I'm not down, so we're not doing it. And that wasn't the case.
I'm in her representation.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need those shots in her portfolio. They're not going to get.
And that's where everybody trusts you.
Yep.
That's why everybody trusts you.
I'll take the heat. I don't mind. I'll be the bad guy. I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Like, okay, cool. I lost out on that shoot where you were trying to shoot my girls naked. I promise you, I'm gonna make more. We'll be fine without you. we'll be just fine without you shooting my girls naked.
Yeah, cool. Don't worry about it. Boom. We'll move on.
Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem.
Yeah, and you can say whatever it is you want to say. But I don't care. And then when somebody asks me what's the situation, I'm gonna tell them.
Yeah.
He was just pushy. Like she didn't need to get naked.
So listen, you better than me. You better than me. Because if somebody would have did that to the girls that when I used to manage models, but not even then, models that I just know in general.
Mm-hmm.
And they would tell me, like if somebody told, I'll be like, where you at? I'm gonna be there in 20 minutes.
Oh, I mean, now don't get me wrong now.
I'm gonna be there in 20 minutes.
I am from Miami.
Let me see if he's saying that. Let me see if he's saying that same shit when I show up.
I mean, because you're a guy.
You know what I mean? Like I'm really gonna be on somebody's head. Like there's no discussion. You can't explain to me anything different. I'm ready to. I'm showing up ready to fight.
Yeah.
Like.
No, I mean, like, don't get me. I'm 5'6". I smile and I'm very positive, but don't let this fool you. Miami, I go to the hood. I got some goons. Like, look, don't try my models.
But listen.
Don't try it.
I also try my best to vet the people who are doing the shoot for the girl who I'm sending there. So I try my best to make sure that I know as much information about this photographer or about this team, about the makeup artist, about the stylist. I try my best to make sure that I have a lot of information. But if I have to show up on set, it's gonna be real problems for somebody.
Hello. Oh, period. Period.
You know what I mean?
Like, it's a problem. It's gonna be a problem. Like, I mean, don't like I said, like one of the girls, it wasn't a live, she recorded a video and she dealt with racism the other day in her building directly. And I'm like, oh hell no. I literally picked up the phone. I said, you okay? What's going on? Where he at? Who do I need to call the people?
Yeah. Hey, she said, I got people on payroll right now.
Like, we can do it. I'm like, and you will never be.
I got people on payroll right now. I can make a quick phone call. It's nothing.
Oh, he's at this address, at this building, in this unit. Cool.
Don't forget who we are. Don't forget who we are. All right.
Do it. Do it.
We know people. We're just trying to be real professional about it.
Exactly. We have a business.
But just in case we have to get beside ourselves.
I'm not gonna incriminate me. I mean, it'll never be traced back to me. Or to you. Just know that. But trust me, protect you. I will fly someone to where you at, where the situation's happening. So
with quickness.
Fly them right back.
With quickness. What's that? $400? Cool.
Yep.
400 is done. You're there tonight.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, what are we talking about? I knew that I always was going to like you. I knew that I always was going to like what you were, the organization that you were running and how you run it. Just certain things, but I feel like we operate similarly.
Yeah.
So I felt like it was going to be on some, how I, but like, I can see how you do yours, and I'm
yeah, we got the vibe.
Yeah. I'm there, and you see it, and yeah, we fine.
We got the vibe. You know what I mean? I know people are asking questions.
I want to end this.
Girl kept asking a question.
I want to end this on you answering questions, and if I chime in, I chime in, but I feel like everybody really wants to hear from you because you're the owner of the agency, so have at it.
Oh, natural. She kept asking, why is it better to take 1 year over 3 years? So that's not necessarily an option on the table. That was a special situation because they really wanted the girl, and in my opinion, I had never worked with that agency before, so I wanted to just play it safe, and that's why I said, hey, I have no problem with signing her to you all as long as we can do a year, and then after that, we'll just keep renewing it every year if it works out that way where you guys have her best interest at heart. But like I said, industry standard is usually 3 years. If they really, really like you and you're uncomfortable with 3 years, you may be able to get them down to 2, but that's not always a guarantee. So usually it is a 3-year contract that is offered to you. So
I'll say this as well. Sparkle, she's pretty specific about the models that she decides to bring into Dollhouse.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a lot of different other kind of contracts that you can sign.
Yeah.
So, not to discount what you're doing, but I know that you're very specific, extremely specific. But there are a lot of other agencies who are not nearly as specific.
Yeah.
And they will sign you to all levels of contracts.
All sorts of things. Yeah.
Yeah. They will sign you to all different kinds of contracts. But if you're interested in signing to a Dollhouse Management or a Ford or an Elite or Wilhelmina or it works. The contracts are signed in different ways under different circumstances based on different models, and you cannot look at somebody else's contract or how they got signed or why they got signed and then try to make that evaluation based on you because you're not that person.
Yeah.
So however a contract gets offered to you, you have to make that evaluation more or less on your own. If you do know people who understand the business a bit better than you do, then maybe you might consult with them. But it's don't take one person signing a 3-year contract or one person signing a 1-year contract and then trying to find out which it needs to make the most sense for you.
By case basis, really, when you come across it that way, because like you said, it's their thing is different from your thing. They might have been offered 1 year based off of certain stipulations, because, for example, the larger the model, like let's just be like a Giselle Bundchen, right? If she wants to sign an agency, she's that big, she could
but
make
she's like she's the highest paid model of all time.
She can. Okay, if she wants to be with you for 1 month, you gonna say yes.
She can.
If she wants you to cut your fee in half, you're gonna say yes because it's freaking Giselle. So there are stipulations or insinuations.
Now, Brandon, if you don't know who Giselle Bundchen is, first of all, we're not even talking to you. You're not even. This is a whole different thing. So I think someone else asked, can you still book jobs? Can I ask this of you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you still book jobs while in development? The time is up to you and your booker. Is what I'm saying. So while you're in development, can you still book jobs? And then I think someone's response was, it depends on you and your booker.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'll just be honest. No one's
so you can book jobs right now.
Money, period. Like no one's gonna pass up money. If you're in development and someone says, "Oh, but I like her look," what should happen? I'm not gonna speak on other agencies because I don't know. But what should happen is that your booker should properly prepare you, especially if this is your first job. They should properly prepare you before just sending you out to go do the job. They should have you they should show you the client, show you the type of posing that they like, show you the product so you have an idea. Maybe you can go home and practice a little bit. I remember when I was working at my very first agency, the girl got booked for Kohl's, right? She's never done Ecom before, ever. She was fresh. So
That's not good. That's not good.
Exactly. She gets
they just threw her into Ecom?
And threw her in there. Just threw her into an Ecom job. She had no idea.
Can you explain just super quick what Ecom is?
Okay, so Ecom modeling, for example, when you guys go on these online boutiques and stuff, those models that you see there that have on those clothing, the garment, right? It is the most fast-paced type of modeling that there is. It literally is click, 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 and every click you gotta move, turn, twist, move, like smile, not smile, turn around, it's so fast. And she had no idea what it was.
She wasn't prepared for it yet.
Nope, they sent her up there.
She wasn't prepared for it. She had not gotten used to doing this.
Yeah.
She was not prepared for that.
Posing like, oh, I'm pretty. And they called us and complained, and they tried their best, but they didn't book her again.
She might have been gorgeous. She might have been gorgeous.
No, she is gorgeous.
But there are a lot of girls who are gorgeous. All over the world. Yeah. Girls are beautiful all over the world. So then it's when you show up at the job, can you perform? Exactly. It's a performance as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it surely is.
But that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
Material, like I actually have a video. I have a couple of videos of some of the behind the scenes of the Dollhouse girls doing actual Ecom modeling. And for
you have a lot of really
pass that on.
You have a lot of really, really, really high quality and really dope content for your Dollhouse girls. You have a
Yeah.
lot of really dope content for that.
I share it.
So I really commend you on, because like you really have some fire content that like I would even be willing to just promote and be like, yo, this is their content. It don't have nothing to do with me. I would literally put money behind it just so they can see like how fantastic a lot of the talent you have, but like also kind of just like the work. I've loved for a real long time a lot of what you've been able to create, but like you've been able to convince a lot of people's favorite models. Not just my favorite model, but like a lot of people's favorite models, you represent. So one way or another, you were able to not only contact them, but then you were able to then convince them that I should be your mother agent.
Yeah.
I don't know what you did or what you said, but God damn it, congratulations to you. Congratulations to you.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, like I feel like the worst that anyone could ever say is no, and I don't even take it seriously. So there's no reason for me not to shoot my shot, and I do all the time. I don't care, and I do. One of the girls that I scouted a while back. Well, I didn't scout her. She's best friends with another one of my models, and she was really pretty, and I just was on the fence, and so I hit her up.
Can you say or no?
Oh, I mean, you wouldn't know her. But my model Ocean, her.
Are you sure? Because
I'm pretty sure you don't know her. She's new. She hasn't broken out yet. Like
every now and then, I be knowing them. I be knowing.
So it's my model's Ocean's best friend Natalia, and
Ocean from the UK.
No, I have another.
I
have an Lewis? Ocean down here.
Ocean Lewis.
No, that's the one from the UK. It's
okay, cool. I got you. Got you.
Yeah, so basically, her best friend was really pretty. I don't know, I was on the fence, and I came back and I hit her up and said, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead. I'd love to have you. And she's like, oh well, I'm with this agency here in Orlando now. I didn't sign paperwork though, but I'm with this agency, and they have me going around.
So it was a verbal.
Yeah, a verbal agreement. Yeah. But I know personally the owner of that agency. Yeah. So I don't step on anyone's toes. I'm like, oh, you're in great hands with her. Don't worry about it. And she's like, oh, but if you're in, I said, no. She already has appointments for you. I'm not gonna.
You know what? I did that a couple times with like models who I like to talk to, and then as soon as I found out they were with Dollhouse, I was like, oh, never mind. I'm good. Never mind. You're good. You're fine. But I didn't want no smoke. I didn't want no smoke at all. I don't want no problems.
Look.
I was like, no, I'm good. I was like, I'm good. I don't want that trouble. I don't want that trouble at all.
There's a mother agent. I've never met this woman. I don't know who she is, but she told one of my models, she was like, how are you with her? Like
Wait, who?
It's some woman. I don't even know who she is. I have no idea. I've never met this woman.
I've had somebody talk to a model that I was managing, and then what they said was, oh, is it that ghetto looking guy? That's what he said. Is it that ghetto looking guy? And I was like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean ghetto looking guy? Because first of all, you know her now because of how I've built up her brand.
Yeah, this ghetto looking guy did that.
So, you know what I mean? So what do you mean by that?
Exactly. Exactly. But they told the girl that I don't come through. I don't do this. I don't do that. And my model knew better. She was like, no, that's not true, but thank you for the opportunity. Thanks for reaching out. I go, the girl tells me the agency, right? I'm not going to say it on here, but the girl, I'll tell you later, but the girl tells me the agency. I go and I go look for the agency. I can't find the agency anywhere. And I'm like, what the hell? I go on my personal Instagram. I look for the agency. There they are. So they blocked me.
You were blocked.
I have to this day, I have no idea who this woman is. I've never, ever met her.
Hey, Simeon. I can almost guarantee you I will probably know who it is.
I'll tell you the agency, but I was like, what did I ever do to you for you to say stuff? I've never met you. Like, maybe not. Maybe
I'll say it right now. The biggest model agency in the world, the number one model agency in the world. I feel like we all know what the number one model agency is in the world.
Yeah.
I had a run-in with them.
Really?
and I don't even want to talk about it anymore. But I had a run-in with them where I had a model who I was working with, and she now has 4 million. No, she has now 3.8 million followers. And but I was managing her whenever she had 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I think y'all might like this girl. Yeah. It took 4 million more followers for them to figure out that, oh, we do like this girl. And I was like, hey, yeah, I submitted her to y'all. And I probably should not have done that. That was not a good move. So yeah. One of the agencies I can't submit to anymore.
Oh.
because I was like, hey, I showed y'all this girl before she got popular, but like, it's funny now to me that y'all are interested in her.
Because she's the follower.
But I'm a vigilante. But I'm like, hey, what about this? You know. But I quickly realized that if I want to continue politics, basically, where I can't do that. I can't try to stand up for a lot of the models who I'm telling them I submit to this, that, and the third, but then those agencies are like, hey, don't you ever. And I'm like, oh.
I feel like everybody.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Everybody was like, so you don't.
I didn't know it was a whole thing. So one of the major agencies, I can't. Yeah, it's a.
Now, I don't personally submit the girls there either, and it's not for your reason.
No, mine is a whole.
Yeah, yours is different.
But yeah.
The reason why I don't is because they are the largest agency in the world. They're pretty much the most popular. There's no one larger. Exactly. And they have so many girls. So for me, I'm not going to go ahead and send them a girl that I feel like will eventually get lost.
They're not even going to use them.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not. And this is just what I feel like their thought process is. I can't neither confirm or deny that this is what someone told me. I can't confirm or deny
Sure.
this.
Who knows?
So exactly. So allegedly,
this is speculation, or it's something that like a friend of yours might have, like, you know what I mean? Just like out there at the side of their neck. But like, we can talk about it here, I think.
So allegedly,
we can talk about it here.
So allegedly, if you don't go ahead and do anything of particular value within 6 months, they're either one, gonna let you go, or two, you will sit there and collect dust until
Just be
someone
on that contract.
possibly inquires about you. Yes. Oh my God, Valerie. Oh my freaking goodness. Yes. Okay, so I know her. Okay. She sat in development.
Wait. Valerie, stop. We talked before this.
No, she sat in development for years and was way past development. And the only reason why she got where she got off of, like as far as on the main board, and mind you, now the girl was booking everything. It wasn't like she needed to be in development anyway.
Yeah.
The only reason why she got off of development was because she got that reality TV show. That was the only reason why. Because she got the reality TV show.
Listen,
her
it's all Brett. No.
Yep.
The only reason why you would want to be a signed model is because you feel like you will make more money being signed as opposed to being represented on your own.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why you want to be a signed model. Well, no, there's two reasons. That's one reason. The second reason is because you feel like you might have more validity to your name, right? Or like to be able to say, "Oh, message my agent."
Agent, yeah.
You know what I mean? So you might be able to make $100 more than you would have booked on your own, or you never really knew how to book on your own, and so like somebody who understands your worth as it pertains to being booked for a music video, or as it pertains to being booked for, I don't know, like a private event or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like there's someone else who knows, like, wow, you've been charging $500 less than you can actually get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why you would want to get signed to either management or to an agency.
Mm-hmm.
But the agency is likely to, which I hate to say this because this is my actual job, is to help models get signed to agencies.
Mm-hmm.
But it's likely that if they think that you're a real fire and that somebody else might sign you, they will sign you so they can keep you on the shelf and sign you to an exclusive contract or to a mother agent contract where you will not be able to sign to no other agency.
Yeah, within that market.
Within that, no.
Yeah.
Because a mother agent contract tends to be a worldwide contract.
Well, mother
or a nationwide contract.
No, my mother agency agreement is 2 years and it's worldwide. But that doesn't stop me from placing you with other agencies within the different markets. So
all right. But
yeah.
they might not be interested in signing you to anybody else. They just want to take you off the market.
Do that. Yeah, they do that. Like they'll sign you and then try to handle it themselves.
And there's nothing you can do because you didn't read the contract.
Yep.
And there was there's no clause for you to be able to get out of the contract if they don't book you a certain amount of work within a certain amount of months or whatever. Yep. Because you're a new model and you don't know how to read contracts.
Yep, you're just excited that someone saw you and wanted to sign.
You're just so happy to get signed.
Yep.
So that's why every model who gets opportunities through All Models Worldwide, if they get an offer, I'm helping them read their contract. I'm helping them understand, and the contract needs to have an opt-out for the model. Of course. It has to have an opt-out for the model. Mm-hmm. Because, like, why else have a contract?
Exactly.
If you're just stuck in that contract, and the reason why that happened is because of my first model I ever got signed, because I got her accidentally stuck into a 5-year contract. And I said, I will never have that happen ever again. That will never happen. With any model I ever work with, that will never happen again.
Yep. I know two girls that were in 5-year contracts. They're
A
still
5-year contract.
they're still in it.
And well, no. So this was in 2014. So she's out of her contract. She's out of that contract now. But I vowed to myself, I will always read the contract. I will always make sure that any model that I work with, that will never get stuck in a contract that they don't want to be in.
Yeah.
Like with me helping them, with me advising them, with them trusting me to read the contract and make sure that they're getting put in a good position.
Yeah.
But she trusted me that I was reading the contract and I wasn't advanced enough yet in that. But this was 6 years ago, obviously. So I'm 6 years better. But I told myself that will never happen again. Mm-hmm. I will never let that happen to another model ever again.
Now, there's also some loopholes that aren't actually in contracts, and you'll have to know the law, like particular laws of your state. In California, contracts are pretty flimsy. There are loopholes there. If by a certain amount of time in California, if they don't give you any work, you do have the ability to request to be released from your contract. That's the same thing. Depending, but again, it's based off of your state law, so you have to know that also, because there are loopholes.
Well, so it doesn't depend on where you're from. It depends on the state in which the contract you're signing under.
Yep. Based off of the state. So you just have to go ahead and know
5 years.
Both sides. Yeah, that was ridiculous. 5 years, I can't.
Yeah, that was real bad. But that was just me trying to get a girl signed to an agency, and then was like, yeah, like you're getting her signed to an agency, but like I didn't realize that there were so many other things that I should be looking at.
Yeah. I had to. Luckily for me, when I was working at the agency,
we're still friends, by the way. Like I'm still really good friends with that girl. Like we understand what that was, and but how I'm still good friends with her. Yeah.
That's good.
yeah.
That's good. Because, you want to keep those relationships. Are local talent agencies legitimate, or what's their job difference compared to regular modeling?
Well, a lot of times, it can be on some really weird shit. but sometimes it can be really good. You have to know what you should be looking for. Yeah. In any agency agreement.
Exactly.
Because they tend to be about the same across the board. Right?
Yeah.
Like most agencies ask for about the same stuff. And once you understand that, if somebody's asking you to do something or to provide something or to pay something that is outside of what the industry standard is, then you will more or less know that no, this isn't a real thing. That
it's a red flag. Don't ignore the
major red flag.
Yeah.
So can you explain?
Wait, sorry, the wrong thing. Not back page, backstage. I'm so sorry.
Not back page. That's a whole separate.
Oh my God.
That's a whole separate conversation. That's a whole separate thing. That's a whole separate thing.
So backstage.
She said, I was on back page. I was getting it.
I was like, no. I know some people that were on there. Like, I definitely know some people that were on there. So, but that website is completely taken down by the feds, so don't worry about that. But
hey, they said that's a little different. That's a little different.
So backstage, I personally never used it. I've seen it, but I personally never used it.
I haven't either.
I will say this, that sometimes the rate, I've seen it before, but sometimes the rate is extremely low because they know that it's just unrepresented talent that goes there. So they feel like they can go ahead and get over on you. Some of the castings, though, are legitimate, but I will say that the benefit of having an agent or a mother agent or an agency that you're signed with is that they also get those castings, but the rate itself and the usage and other things are actually a little different. Or they can go ahead and negotiate on your behalf for a little bit more with less usage, or a lower rate with less work involved. Like, so I'm not saying it's not legit. I do feel as if it is, but I will say that they know for a fact that models that don't really have representation use it. So the rates are definitely a bit lower than necessary.
Yeah,
So it's 50-50.
backstage, um, they have good opportunities, and they have some real weird,
Some weird ones.
So, but people who are trying to get over on you will absolutely use backstage, so they can find girls who they can get over on. And
Yeah.
and
What's that?
and if you're not one of those girls, that doesn't bother them. They're like, okay, fine. Like she didn't go for it. But I know that I'll be able to find some girl that I can get over on, and like it doesn't bother them that you were denying them because you're a bit more intuitive, or like just like a bit more specific about the jobs that you want to do. But there will always undoubtedly be girls who feel like I want to be a model, and maybe I should shoot naked, or maybe I should shoot topless, or maybe, whatever. And there will always be photographers. You know what I mean? Who is like, you know what I mean? So that will kind of always be a thing. And as much as I want to be a crusader for that, and as much as I want to be a person who's like, yo, don't shoot with this person and that person, there's always gonna be some random motherfucker with a camera.
Yeah.
And you want to be a model so bad, and they're gonna say, hey, listen, do this, do that, and they're gonna shoot you naked, and they're gonna use your pictures crazy, and for a lot of models, it's gonna be a lesson learned. For a lot of models, it's gonna be your life might get ruined. You never really know. But at the end of the day, my general rule is not to shoot with any random new photographer or somebody who's trying to convince you that I shot with this girl before, so you should do it too. Well, I don't fucking know who that girl is, and that girl is not me.
Yeah.
So shoot me how I want to be shot as a model.
Yeah.
Don't try to convince me that I should shoot like how some other girl shot with you before, because I've never shot with you before, and I'm not that girl. So understand what it is that you want to shoot. Now, granted, things will change as you start to shoot, as you start to learn about yourself as a model, as you start to learn about yourself as a woman, as you start to learn about the industry more. You might do more bikini shots than you originally thought that you were going to do. But if you shoot with good photographers who never ask you to do anything that you don't want to do, that might make you feel more comfortable about doing bikini shots. But if you ever find yourself in a situation or position where you're having to get naked for some reason or getting nude for some reason, no agency will ever book you a job like that. No actual real photographer will be like, yo, I won't shoot with you if you don't get naked. Like, there are certain things that, like, you should understand. I've made my decision. This is what I will not do, and don't do that. If someone is trying to make you do that, don't succumb to that.
Exactly.
Make your decision on what you want to do. If you want to shoot nude, by all means, goddamn, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've made your decision that you don't want to do that, don't do that. And don't let anybody try to convince you that you should do that, because you're going to get more followers. Followers? Fuck followers. Like, what is followers?
Paycheck.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck followers. Followers will never be more important than your own integrity.
Mm-hmm. Of course. You don't get paid for the amount of followers that you have. And like you said, your integrity, your image, that is what is important. And never, ever let anyone, male or female, pressure you into doing that you don't want to do. If you have a bad feeling about it, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, your feeling's right.